today I thought I'd show you something kind of fun and weird. This is an unusual technique you probably haven't heard much, if at all. I can count on one hand how many times I've seen it used in a piece of music. It doesn't have a name other than snare drum effect as far as I'm aware, and it's believed to have originated in flamenco, where a guitarist might fill the role of a percussionist if they were playing by themselves. And because classical guitarists play the same nylon string instruments as flamenco guitarists, it's only natural that the technique would have bled over. It wouldn't be the only case of classical guitar borrowing flamenco techniques. The first documented use of this effect in a classical guitar piece is in the Gran Jota by Francisco Tárrega. There's a section in it that's meant to imitate a fife and drum, and he inserts this snare thing underneath a high register melody. Pretty cool. Here's how you do it. You take the 6th string and pull it up across the 5th string so they're overlapping, and then you use one of your fingers to hold them there. Now if you strum these 2 strings together, for whatever reason, it sort of sounds like a snare drum. It takes quite a bit of extra pressure to hold this here too, and if you let up a little too much, they will snap apart in an explosive fashion. It's embarrassing when that happens. And because it takes so much energy and occupies 2 whole strings, you might think this isn't very versatile. It's more versatile than you'd think. To show another example, this is the beginning of the 6th movement from Malcolm Arnold's Fantasy for Guitar, aptly titled March. This is actually the first piece in which I ever heard this technique. It's extremely difficult because it requires you to hold the snare drum thing within a full 6-string bar at the 6th fret for 23 measures straight before immediately launching into a bunch of other hard stuff. Played that piece on my senior recital in college, and it's definitely one of the hardest pieces I've ever performed. Here's another bit of a different example. This is from a piece by the Russian guitarist and composer Nikita Koshkin called The Prince's Toys. It's a large multi-movement piece that depicts a young prince whose toys all come to life and start moving and acting on their own. Most of the movements are titled after and are meant to depict specific toys, like the mechanical monkey or the doll with the blinking eyes. And then in the last movement, all the toys gang up and kill the prince or something. Super dark and creepy. The 4th movement is titled Toy Soldiers, and it starts with this snare thing, except it's used on the 1st and 2nd strings. When you do it on the higher strings, you get more pitch than snare sound. So obviously, this technique is a little outside the box, but it works on any guitar. You don't have to do it on nylon strings. It sounds a little different on electric. There's lots of imaginative ways you could incorporate this into your playing. If you do it in front of an audience, it's pretty much guaranteed to blow people's minds. Oh my god, how's she making her guitar sound like that? Definitely not something to do all the time, but it's nice for special effects. Try it out. Have fun with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.